Good day and welcome. We are here at Johann Slee's house and having a bit of a chat with him today on his experience and expertise as an architect, also as an artist and designer.
I think my paths crossed, I don't know how many years ago, with Blue Scope. We were fortunate to go on a tour to Australia. I can't remember when. It must have been maybe 25 years ago. But it was unbelievable to see the product. We went to the factories. We went to the testing grounds on the coast, in the wave, missed everything. That was unbelievable to see, and that swayed me to use Blue Scope, but more specifically the Colorbond part of it. And I love corrugated sheeting, and it was just a no-brainer. You know, if I look at the local stuff that we get here and we see what's happening on all the big warehouses, on everything that you drive past, it's just, it's fading. You know, we've got whole developments that used to have charcoal roofs that light grey now. So, and that doesn't happen with this, with the Colorbond. It is a fantastic product. So I've been using it for years now. I would say about 95 or maybe 98% of my projects has got corrugated sheeting on. We've changed it lately because we're doing a lot of work on the seaside, so we're using diamond deck and those profiles now. Yes, so I use it extensively. And I think the important part of it is that it is in the detailing of the project, of this material, that's the success. Everybody can put a Simplot dock on and you just slap those fascias and horrible things on, and that's not what we do, right? We take our simple edge designs and we refine it. You'll never see those big bulky roof edge things on our side. So I'm a stickler to have that done and have it properly designed and detailed and take it through to the project. It's important that your roof design reflects all of that. I think that is what I would like to get out of a roofing material. Roofs, it's always been important to me. I love verandas. We've developed, we're doing these floating stoops without pillars and you know, those things, and that's ideal with these with the sheeting that we use. Yes, I also think that one must, you know, there's also a few gripes that I've got with, you know, we do people's holiday homes all over. I always say if it's got a buy behind the name, we've done some work there. So it is a challenge, and we need to get this, because I insist on this sheet, and then you get the sheet, and then we get delivered the wrong fasteners. I have had a project like that with a total disaster. We had to replace it, and it was a house that was covered, the walls, everything was covered in Colorbond.
Yes.
We had to redo everything because the fasteners, so build it, or whoever gave the wrong fastener, and that is, and it's happened not once but a few times. So, but I think that has been sorted out.
Yes.
That was a big thing, because you work on a small doorkey, and what is a class 4 fastener if he only knows the one that's in the bag next to the counter. So but everybody, you know, the thing was sorted out, and and done. What else? The other thing that I've got is that the availability of the colors, and I've got to say this because that is the problems that I see. You always, we get a catalog with 500 colors or whatever, and there are only 3 available. So that is a little bit of a, and I know the story behind it, but it's frustrating if then it must not be marketed to us that is what's available.
Yes.
But we work around it and it's all sorted out. Yeah, I think it's just we always work in a muted, played down type of a palette, so that then that's easy. If you and these new sheets are fantastic, and the other thing that you've got this wonderful catalog with a sheet that's got a flat bit and then it's got the upstand seam, and I don't know where you sell it, but it's definitely not here. And you visualize that on a project, and then you can never get it. So we're nearly there now. We're using it now in Varney's Krans. So it's nearly there. It's not quite what I would have liked.
Yes.
But it's sort of giving the idea that we want. The other thing is that I think that is important, is that the people putting these roofs up must be professional, and you do have wonderful roofers that I work with, and that's important. You've got to work, and you've got to treat the sheet with respect. You can't just come in and grind a hole or grind a thing. It needs to be done. It needs to be bent. It needs, all of those things needs to be done, drilled. That are everything. And you see it. If you get onto that roof and people haven't done it, and you go back and you go 4 years later, you see that there's the grinding is lying on there, and it's rusting, and it's all of the things. So, that is important. The one thing that one must do, and one must clean the roof after you've put it up. You must get up there with a broom and with a soft soap or whatever and clean the roof. It's because that just gives you a longer visual life on it.
Yeah, I like to use the example of buying a new vehicle. The dealership gets it from somewhere. It's not manufactured at the dealership. So when they get it, do they then sell the dirty car, or do they wash it before you come and buy it? No, it's washed. Same with the roof. Same with any new thing. See the roof or see the construction as something new. Clean it before it's handed over.
And it's difficult, obviously, to get up there with roofs and stuff. So I think all in all, it is, there's just no comparison with this sheet and the sheets that we get here. We did a project where the contractor, it was the time before you put the thing, that dot thing, the matrix thing at the back of the sheet. It was before that, and we specified that we want Colorbond on there, and true to fashion, 4, 5, or 7 years later, the call came through and it said, this has been flaking, and we went up there, and it was not a Colorbond sheet. The builder used another sheet, and years later, it was in a development, and this roof started fading and flaking, and there was no ways of us knowing then, because it also had the grey background, but it didn't have, you didn't have the branding at the back. And so you can imagine that we had the whole roof, and it's a disaster, and who's to blame here. So, things like that happen. You must be careful.
Okay. And I think that's an important topic, because a lot of the times the specification will call for material X, and then it's installed, and only when something goes wrong, people start looking They first run to the professional, the architect, and then they say, but you specified product X, Colorbond for that matter, and no one ever checked the backing code. BlueScope gets a call, we are out and we see, but it's not Colorbond, or it's not our material. And then it's like opening a can of worms.
Yeah, well, I must say, we check now with every job we check. We take a picture of the thing at the back, so you learn your school fees, you do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
No, that's good. Johann, I think, that's good input and good advice. Last thing, for just a little golden nugget for young professionals, people looking at going into architecture, design, visual arts and construction. I think in general, you can't really put them in silos because they're all connected. But what is the one tip that you can give anyone out there that has a vision to create something, to ensure that when it's created, it's according to their vision?
Well, I would say you must not compromise, and it comes back and it bites you. So when you start a project, be true to your client and give them the right parameters of this project. It's going to cost that. It's not going to cost 50 cents. It's going to cost R2.50. If you start there, you don't have to fight that thing of downgrading a spec to go get into the budget.
Yeah.
So that is the one thing. Start at the right place and give the correct figures, and then just don't compromise, because it's always easier to go, for a contractor to go the easy way out, and they will always try that with you. But just stick to your idea and just see that it's done, and it's done properly by proper professional people that know how the product works.